Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Surviving Narcissism Together. So have you ever felt like someone is trying to destroy you or your reputation, spreading lies, twisting your words, painting you as the villain while they play the victim? Well, if you've dealt with a narcissist, you've probably been the target of what we call a smear campaign. And in today's video, we're breaking down what exactly a smear campaign is, and why they do it, and why it feels so relentless. By the end of this video, you'll not only understand the tactics they use, but also the psychology behind these smear campaigns, so you can see the smear for what it really is. So what is a smear campaign? Well, a smear campaign is when a narcissist deliberately lies and spread half-truths and distortions about you to discredit your character. It's not random gossip. It's very calculated. The narcissists, they do this to regain control, to punish you for no longer feeding their ego, and to protect their carefully curated image. So when they sense that they're losing control, they launch a smear campaign to shift attention off themselves and onto you. So let's break this down further. This is what I call the narcissist playbook. While every situation may be different, narcissists, they all work from the same playbook. These creatures all display the same patterns. So smear campaigns are one of the narcissist's favorite weapons. They all use them for control, revenge, and ego validation. So when a narcissist feels threatened, maybe you've left them, maybe you've set boundaries, or maybe you simply refuse to give them the admiration they crave, they experience something called narcissistic injury, which I would have explained in a previous video. That wound to their ego feels unbearable. And instead of dealing with it, they go on to attack you. They spread lies, twist half-truths, and create a story where you are the abuser and they're the victim. And the truth is, narcissists, they're very good at making this believable, and that's just the sad part. They know how to perform. They're actors. This is all a play for them. They're actors. They cry at the right moments. They cry on cue. They act wounded. They say just enough to make others question you. So this is why the smear campaigns feel so relentless, because every rumor, every manipulation, every fake story, it all has a sick purpose: to isolate you, to make you doubt yourself, and most of all, to keep their reputation squeaky clean. Now, I want you to keep at the back of your mind, this smear, it's not about you. I know it's being told about you, but it's not a reflection of you. Here's the truth that you need to hold on to get through this terrible phase. This smear, it's all about them. It's about their fragile ego, their desperate need for attention, and their fear of being exposed. So when they feel powerless, the smear campaign becomes their weapon of choice. And yes, it feels personal because obviously your name is being dragged through the mud. But, take a step back and you'll see the bigger picture. Look through a broad lens and you'll see what I mean. It's a pattern they're all going to display. They always do it. And the moment you recognize that, it's them having a very shaky ego, and it's not really about you, you will begin to reclaim your power. I always say knowledge is power. And that's how you're going to start reclaiming yourself. Their lies, anyone's lies actually about you, it doesn't define you. Lies about you exposes the accuser. Remember that. Now, the smear, it's never ending. Some might end, and that's because narcissists are really lazy, but it's it doesn't always end. Most times they don't. One of the most painful parts about realizing the smear campaigns is that it may never end. And even if you go no contact, and even after the years pass, and the narcissist may still be spreading little subtle digs at you behind the scenes. Why? Because narcissists, they're stupid. They never forgive. They never forget. They hold grudges like trophies. The smear, it keeps them powerful or feeling powerful. And if they know it still affects you, it becomes a source of supply for them. So sometimes it's going to simmer down, only to flare up again when they need attention or they see you reacting. Now, flying monkeys, they may change from time to time. The tactics may shift. Like sometimes they use social media. Sometimes they manipulate text messages, so they may not show your messages. They just show theirs. So the tactics may shift, but the smear itself, it can keep going indefinitely. This is why so many survivors describe it as feeling endless. But here's the key. The less you respond, the less fuel they get. Over time, narcissist moves on to a new target. Always. They always need a new supply, right? Now, the smear against you, it may still live quietly in the background. Again, it may simmer, but it may never go away. It may simmer for some time because they got a new target who they're going to start love bombing and going through that whole narcissistic abuse phase cycle. And then they're going to start smearing them. So it may simmer down on your end. But you need to remember that sometimes it never ends. Now, I get it. Smear campaigns can feel very personal, right? When your reputation is attacked, when you didn't do anything wrong, it cuts deep. Come on, it does cut deep. That's just being realistic. It's like adding salt to an open wound. It feels like your entire identity is being questioned. You want to scream, defend yourself, and prove the truth. And that reaction is exactly what the narcissist is hoping for. The reality is, the smear campaign, it's designed to trigger your worst fears. The fear of being abandoned, the fear of being misunderstood, the fear of being rejected. The narcissist plays on your vulnerabilities because your reaction fuels their sense of control. That's why perspective is important in this process. Once you understand the smear campaign for what it is, it's an ego-driven performance, you stop taking the bait. And that's when you start to regain control of your peace. So it doesn't really matter if they continue the smear campaign. What I want you to do is reclaim your power and your peace. We can't control how many times they're going to smear you. But we can control, however, how we react. And that's what's going to help you regain your power. So let's recap. A narcissistic smear campaign, it feels deliberate. It's a calculated attack designed to control the narrative and protect their image and punish you for breaking free. They really twist reality, charm outsiders, and make you question yourself. But remember this, the smear is not about your worth. It's about their stupid desperation and ego. And once you see the pattern, you can step back, breathe, and remind yourself this is their game and not your truth. So guys, thank you for watching. If this video resonated with you and helped you better understand narcissistic smear campaigns, then please like, comment, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Remember, healing is a journey. It takes time, but we are moving from survivors to thrivers to victors, okay? So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.